We don't need that ugly sight. We need homes we can afford. We need homes we can afford. And for this we organize. And for this we organize. Yeah. Need no more in a mission. We don't need that ugly sight. We need homes we can afford. We need homes we can afford. For this we organize. And for this we organize. Stronger! No more monsters in the mission.
Introduce Andy Blue with Plaza 16th Street Coalition.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We've been working on this now for almost 2 years since we first learned of the project. And I don't want to say it's an absolute celebration yet. Yes, it is. Some people are ready to totally celebrate. It's certainly a victory, and we're here to claim that. I'm going to read the statement that we wrote to mark this occasion. The Plaza 16 Coalition is strongly encouraged by the recent news that the Maximus deal has fallen apart. Maximus Real Estate Partners has missed its deadline for project approval and completing the purchase of the 16th and Mission site. It is clear that the community deserves the credit for the troubles now facing this infamous project. Now we call on the city to purchase the property to build 100% affordable housing. The extraordinary activism of the Mission community was responsible for bringing intense scrutiny upon this project and helped to stall the project, ultimately leading to Maximus missing the deadline. The project, known as the Monster in the Mission, consisted of 2 10-story buildings and 1 5-story building with 340 units of primarily luxury housing. This is not what the Mission District wants or needs. Over the past 2 years, thousands of folks from the Mission and allies from across SF have marched the streets, rallied in our plazas, written letters to elected officials, testified at countless hearings, spoken out at developer meetings, and marched right up the steps into City Hall to say, no monster in the Mission, affordable housing, not luxury condos, local arts, culture, and businesses, not reckless development that only serves the greed of developers. Let's hear it, huh? With the apparent collapse of the project, the city has the opportunity to be aggressive in meeting its housing balance obligations for the Mission District by purchasing the site for a community-serving development with 100% affordable housing. Due to the activism of Mission residents and community groups, the city recently purchased the nearby site at 490 South Van Ness, just down the way at 490 South Van Ness and 16th Street, for the purpose of developing affordable apartments. Another victory that we brought to the Mission District. Plaza 16 and our allies insist the city can and must do the same for this property. The Mission District, as we have said countless times, is in crisis. Since 2000, 10,000 residents have been displaced, including 8,000 Latinos. Our treasured arts and cultural institutions, nonprofits, and mom-and-pop local businesses have been forced out due to evictions and increasing rents. SROs are being converted into tech worker housing and tourist hotels. This community is being displaced and ripped apart block by block, day by day. The answer to this crisis is, of course, to build affordable housing. And that is what we must do on the precious few suitable sites left for the development in the Mission. We demand that the city do what is right and purchase the 1979 Mission Street property for the development of 100% affordable housing. This would be something we all could celebrate.
My name is Bianca. I'm a parent at Marshall Elementary. The cute little school that sits right behind the proposed Monster in the Mission. And as you know, we're here because we've got some encouraging news this week. We've heard that there is a litigation happening between the property owners and Maximus. And all of this is because of all the hard work that the activists and all the noise that has been happening around the Mission. It would not have happened if it wasn't for every single march, every single meeting, every single action that has been taken at City Hall and beyond. So congratulations, everybody. We've been able to solve the project, and now greed has taken over, and while the community stood together through love We are reigning high supreme right now. So yeah, let's hear it for everybody involved. Thank you.
This is a celebration of community planning and taking back our neighborhoods. We see a lot of great signs here. No beast on Bryant. No monster in the mission. Yes on Prop I, love the mission. And a coalition coming together to protect our lands, our space, and really a hub of culture for the mission, for a hub for the transgender community, a hub for the Latino community, a hub for the Chinese community, a hub for really the working class labor community at the Redstone Labor Temple. This is a hub really for a diverse community, the working class neighborhoods, the tradition of San Francisco. And I love San Francisco. Do you love San Francisco? I love San Francisco so much. I want affordable housing and not luxury condos. Now that's what makes San Francisco special. It's our unique neighborhoods. It's our special character of the neighborhoods. That means Chinatown. That means the Castro. That means North Beach. And it especially means the Mission, doesn't it? So Proposition I is already having an effect. Just being on the ballot is already having an effect of making developers know they cannot flip properties purely for profit speculation. They need to take community plans into account, and that's what Proposition I is about. It's a pause for a plan. Do we want to pause for a plan for 1979 Mission? Yeah! Do we want to pause for a plan for 1979 Mission? Yeah! Do we need a pause for a plan for the Beast on Bryant? Yeah! We need pauses to have a holistic, comprehensive plan of housing balance in the Mission and housing balance for every neighborhood. It's got to be specified. It can't be project by project. That's also especially important for other projects. I'm talking about the Red Lick building at 17th and Mission, where they're displacing 70 artists. So they can build offices for high-income employees that have not invested in our community, that are not employing our community. The Latino community in the Mission has a 20.8% unemployment rate. That's disgusting. What we've seen since 2000, we've seen almost 1/3 of the Latino population displaced from this neighborhood, 10,000 people displaced from this neighborhood, over 2,400 evictions from this neighborhood, and the loss of 1,400 households with children from this neighborhood. It's been pure population replacement. We've added 6,000 people that make over 100,000 a year while displacing 3,000 households that make less than 75,000 a year. We're losing our working class character. We're losing our neighborhoods. And that's why we're going to fight back. This November, Proposition I Love the Mission. You can go to savethemission.org. You could donate. You could volunteer. You could also come to Plaza Adelante Tuesdays at 1 p.m. 2301 Mission, 19th and Mission. And we'll help you mobilize other volunteers. If you want to have a house party, sign up. SaveTheMission.org. Proposition I Love the Mission. Affordable housing, not luxury condos. Thank you, guys.
Y es importante que me oigan, porque aquí debemos estar, aquí debemos luchar, porque esta comunidad, nosotros hemos trabajado para que se pague, para que se construya y para que esté hermosa.
And I want to make sure that my message reaches the Spanish speakers as well, because we need to be here. This is our fight, because we've built this neighborhood, because we've paid for this neighborhood, because we've created the culture of this neighborhood. This neighborhood is ours.
Y muchas cosas se pueden. No tenemos que equivocarnos nuevamente. Hay que votar por la I.
And there's so much more that can be done now. There is so much more that we can do in November. We have to vote for yes on Prop I.
Y démosle una sorpresa al dinero, al capital, votando por nuestro candidato Herrera, porque este candidato es de nuestra comunidad. Es un cronista de todo lo que pasa en nuestra comunidad con su voz.
And so in November, let's surprise all those people with money. Let's surprise all those people who think they own the city because they have money, and vote yes on I, and vote yes for our community leader, Francisco Herrera, who is from this community, who has been with us in our fights, in our struggles. So let's make sure that we have a community win in November.
Compañeros, gracias por todo su trabajo. Gracias por todo lo que somos. Y voltéense a ver. Somos guerreros y vamos a seguirlo siendo. Vamos a seguir triunfando. Vamos a seguir logrando que San Francisco siga siendo de nosotros. Lo vamos a seguir construyendo porque nosotros no somos huevones. Somos trabajadores.
So look around because you all are warriors. Thank yourselves, thank the person that's standing next to you, because we made this happen with our struggle and our fight, and we will continue to do this. We will continue to build San Francisco. We will continue to make this city great. We will continue to fight for what we believe in, because we are not lazy. We are hard workers, we make things happen, and we are warriors fighting for our well-being.
Bueno, y ojo compañeros, hay que apoyar a todas las organizaciones comunitarias que están apoyando a los compañeros que han estado siendo desplazados. Ni un desplazamiento más, ni una persona más fuera de su hogar, ni un niño en la calle. Gracias compañero y sigamos adelante.
And so thank you all, and also thank you to the community-based organizations that have supported us and have supported all the people that are getting displaced. Not one more displacement, not one more eviction, not one more person being kicked out of their home, not one more child in the street. We need to stop this now. This ends today. This community is ours, and we are going to put an end to this mass displacement of our people.
Y gracias también a los compañeros de la prensa comunitaria. No necesitamos otras. Gracias nuestra prensa comunitaria. Y sigan difundiéndole a la comunidad que aquí estamos los guerreros y necesitamos más guerreros para seguir luchando por nuestro San Francisco. Gracias.
Tommy Albacoli Mecca with the Housing Rights Committee. I think we got to take back the land. We got to do land trusts. We got to do co-ops. I mean, the reality is we can't win playing their game. We got to play our own game, which is to take back the land, create land trusts, create co-ops. You know.
How are you going to do that when the bankers raise the costs?
Well, we're doing it little by little. I mean, we're doing little pieces of it with the community land trust. So, but the reality is, we don't have the money that they have, but we celebrate little victories like this one. You know, we celebrate our victories.
27 billionaires in San Francisco. Do you think they have money for housing and working?
It is not going to be an easy battle, but I think the only way we win it is by sticking in there and persevering. You know, fight them just on every level we can. Fight them every single way. Make it difficult for them to do what they do.
And who's opposing this moratorium?
I don't know. I don't know who's officially registered to oppose it, but I'm sure it's going to be the speculators and the real estate people and the big developers. I mean, who else? You know, they're the people who make money off of real estate and luxury condos. So, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So you're for a complete halt of all luxury condos?
I'm for a complete halt of building anything but affordable. We should only be building affordable housing.
Yeah, I think those are all free.
Why can't the City Hall, if it really wants to, raise $1 billion from the tech people? I mean, what's $1 billion to the tech people? And, yes, I know. But, I mean, if City Hall really cared, if the mayor really cared, he could call Ron Conway and he could say, hey, buddy, raise me $1 billion and give it to the Community Land Trust, earmark it for rent-controlled buildings when they go for sale. Give the land trust the edge, the competitive edge in bidding for these buildings, because right now it doesn't have that edge. So let's give it to them. What's $1 billion to the tech industry? It's nothing. They could raise that in no time at all. That's the kind of thing we need. But, you know, none of us have those contacts in the tech industry. You know, I put that proposition out to Ron Conway. he was at a meeting that I happened to be at in the mayor's office, and I mentioned to him after the meeting, I said, hey, you want to help? Here's what you can do.
First, put a halt to just the massive development that's taking place, and to give the people and city government an opportunity to spend some time really planning out how best can we both develop affordable housing for folks in the neighborhood, because we're seeing the rush is too big, and there's too many people of color, particularly in this community, Latinos, that are being moved out and can't afford the high rents that are upon them.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
I mean, it's a combination of many different forces. I'd be simplistic to say it's just one, but certainly the mayor has a hand in terms of facilitating discussions, conversations with real estate developers. Certainly there's a lot of landlords here who are seeing the boom and renting out spaces to folks from Airbnb. Airbnb has a role to play in, even though they like to think it's a trickle-down kind of opportunity. So there's a lot of forces in town, and unfortunately, in doing so, what they're doing is selling out the soul of the city.
You know many people have been evicted?
I know a lot of people have been evicted, a lot of family. I work for a neighborhood organization called Coleman Advocates, and we deal with a lot of families, and a lot of our members are being displaced, evicted, because they know that the landlords, they can get more money for different parts. A lot of our folks are moving totally out of San Francisco, moving to Oakland, moving to East Bay, Pittsburgh, Fairfield, Vallejo, et cetera, and now those areas, particularly Berkeley and Oakland, which used to be affordable, you see the same phenomenon occurring there.
We have affordable housing that's real affordable, decent jobs and living wage, and all the basic needs that we need to survive and live in San Francisco. First off, I want to raise my fist to all of you for the great work you did and demonstrating what people power looks like when you collectively come together and fight for what you believe is right, and you fight for your community. And this shows today with Maximus not being able to move forward with its development. I want to applaud all of you for flexing your people power and voicing out that the community wants a pause on luxury development in the mission. And I want to commend all of you for the tireless work you continue to put in, as well as build community strength all over the city as we continue to fight against the beast on Bryant, getting Prop I because we love the mission. We've been side dealing with the developer for a city for years to set up the supersized height and cut the community out so they don't have to comply with the current zoning. The deal with Forest City would more than double existing zoning in this traditionally working class diverse community. If allowed to go through, it will set horrible precedents for the city, where developers and the planning department spot zone individual projects, ignoring the zoning rules developed for years with community input, and line developers' pocket with huge increase in land value from supersizing their lots. This lot is owned by Maximus Real Estate, who already owns a lot of land in San Francisco. We don't need developers and landowners like hers in Forest City to make profit out of our people, to make profit of displacing our community. And today, along with all of you, we say no to development that will displace us, no to development that will gentrify our community. We stand in solidarity with you, and you inspire us to continue doing this in our own neighborhood. We look forward to taking back City Hall with you on September 10 as we demand our city is not for sale. As we demand accountability from Mayor Ed Lee, and he cannot pay to play in the backs of the working class. We look forward to standing with you as we demand that our community demands are addressed and that this lot right here is owned by the people. Before I end my speech, I want to if that's okay. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you need, what you really need. Justice. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Justice. Tell me what you need, what you really need.
My name is Chirag Bhakta. I am with the Mission SRO Collaborative and Plaza 16 Coalition. So today we are here to have a press conference and to read a statement about the current issues that are going on with the Maximus monster in the Mission. And we're here because we're very strongly encouraged by the news, and we're going to push the city to buy the site to build 100% affordable housing there.
You think your action has stopped them from developing the site?
Yeah, I think the community organizing, the community activism, going to City Hall, going to Board of Supervisors, going to the community meeting has delayed the process so much and tainted this type of development on this site so much that it slowed them down, it's delayed them, and it makes it perfect for the city to build this site for affordable housing, because that's what the community has been demanding this entire time. Oh yes, there are too many market rate condos, luxury condos in San Francisco. What we don't have enough of is affordable housing. That is why we see people who are middle income and low income being pushed out of the city, and people with higher incomes coming into the city, right? The numbers speak all the truths of who's being displaced and who's coming in. We need more affordable housing. The city has too much luxury condos. Well, you know, our mayor, Mayor Lee, is in the pocket of many different tech companies, and also billionaire investor Ron Conway, who invests a lot of money into tech companies. You know, they want to see San Francisco change. They want to see San Francisco be a city of luxury condos and folks who make over $100,000, rather than a city with a diverse middle class, a diverse working class, and also opportunities for them, opportunities to live, opportunities to thrive. This is not the city that I grew up in anymore. This is a city that now has number 2 income inequality in the entire country. And we're quickly going to number 1. And if it isn't for the community activism, then we will be there, right? But we're going to work really hard to ensure that San Francisco goes back to what it was, a very eclectic, diverse, multifaceted city, and not just a city and a city government that is in the hands of the tech industry.
More than 300 people in the Fillmore are losing their housing. Part of Third Baptist collaboration. My name is Dorma. Right now, at this moment, Third Baptist has lost their contract for housing in the Fillmore. And on Saturday at 11 o'clock, there'll be a discussion on how to save your housing. More than 300 people are being displaced right now as we speak.
And what caused that? It was supposed to be for people.
All I know is Third Baptist was the foundation behind the housing in the Fillmore area. So now they've been sold, and the people are going to be displaced, and it's going to be when people move in, it'll be more than $3,000.
And so working.
My name is Scott Brofman. San Francisco is getting screwed by developers. The Western Addition has been screwed by developers for 50 years. 60 years. I mean, it's when they started saying, let's, fix the city. And it's not.
They cleared out the black.
They cleared out the black community, and what's left, you get a church to get a non-profit foundation to build housing, and now, 50 years later, they're like, hey, let's clear them out some more. This is San Francisco. This isn't, where this is supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen anywhere. Housing is a right. People live here. People who do all the crappy jobs live here. People who can't get a job, but they live here. They want a job. They want to be part of the community, and they are. And, the mayor will sell out. The Board of Supervisors, some of them will sell out. It's all about dollars to them. And, I've been in San Francisco for 25 years. I was on the cutting edge of the .com boom evictions. I got an owner move-in eviction. But I stayed in San Francisco. The rents have gone crazy. I was a graduate student here. I could afford it. I couldn't do that now. And, people who do, have kids in the neighborhood. I mean, I live in that neighborhood. There are a lot of kids there. There are a lot of parents who take their kids to the playground, and if they're getting evicted, that's not going to happen. We have this nice new playground that, well, let's not have any kids go there anymore. Yeah, you know, City Hall, you could raise City Hall. They could put a 400-story building in City Hall. I mean, there's a lot of land there, wasted. You know, and some of it could go to Willie Brown and some to Ed Lee, and then they'd be happy.
Together made this happen. So to anybody who said, why are you doing that? They're just going to build it anyway. This is a good proof. And I'm glad that my kids saw this from the beginning and to this part because I'm a parent at March.